What's up, guys? I always gotta adjust my screen. I don't like how, well, I'm gonna show y'all something so y'all can actually see my t-shirt. But for those of you that don't know me, hello, my name is Dominique, aka That Therapist. I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellow Bird Counseling. What is that, you say? What is a Yellow Bird Counseling? Well, sorry, I was putting my phone on my new thing, my new holder, so I don't have to have different cameras falling down and stuff. But anyways, what is a yellow bird? What does that do? What does that mean? What is that? Well, our normal day-to-day activities include providing individual, couples, family, group, therapy, and or counseling in the states of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Jersey, and Idaho. Okay, so if you're in any of those 5 states, soon with hopefully 25 more states to come by the middle of the year, then definitely we can service you. We can get you some help with us. And then everybody else, again, soon with more states to come. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Okay? Cool. So, why is that important to you? Why do you care about that? Well, because there is a general stigma around folks getting therapy and just the stigma that comes with that. So what we do is every Thursday evening around 8 p.m.-ish Central Standard Time, we present live topics that the general population can relate to and tie it back to how we could all benefit from having a therapist outside of simply just having a mental illness. Because the common misconception is, oh, I have to have a mental illness or something has to be quote unquote wrong with me in order to see a therapist. And that's just not true. Again, therapists, we provide not only therapy, which is for people that may have a mental health diagnosis, but we also provide counseling for those of you who do not have a mental health diagnosis. So definitely check out our website. I'll provide the link tree. Well, the link tree doesn't have those blogs on it. But anyways, I'll still provide it. But if you go to yellowbirdcounseling.com and click on the blog tab, you'll be able to see the video. I believe it's up there. If it's not, I'll get it up there. I have it. It's way back in the video archives here. I thought I had posted it. But anyway, if you want to know the difference between therapy and counseling, it may not be a bad conversation for us to have again anyway. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about sad. What, Mr. Carter? You want to say hello? Okay. Here y'all, nephew. He want to say hey. He was like, hey, everybody. Say hey, look. Hey, hello. All right, so I wanted to discuss seasonal affective disorder again. Some of you may remember that I discussed it and brought it up in October, right before November, before the winter months were about to begin, okay? And I did that because I wanted you to be able to prepare for what you may be experiencing now. And I wanted to give you a heads up so you could get in therapy. But I realized that was a long time ago. And now since this month, we're getting kind of to the height of the seasonal affective symptoms, I wanted to go over it again because you might be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's going on with me. Something's wrong with me. I don't feel good. Okay. So I want to remind you of what it could possibly be. Obviously, please go see your medical professional first, just to be sure that nothing else is going on. And if not, then more likely you can get even your primary care if you need them to give you a referral to therapy. All insurance plans don't require that. Some do, some don't. You'll just have to call and see if your doctor requires a referral. But if not, well, even if they don't, we can service you Either way, okay? Either way. If you need our help for that, if you're just feeling so bad you don't feel like you can call them, that's cool. We can help. Mr. Carter, stop. So yeah. So we're gonna be recapping that so that you can get some relief, at least knowing, hey, this could be why I'm feeling like this. I know a lot of my clients last week were like, hey, oh my gosh, I feel, I just feel, and I'm like, yep. Your seasonal affective disorders kicking in. Or if you're already somebody that deals with, oh, thank you. Thank you. I told y'all I was gonna have a fresh bust down. It's just this side I can't keep it curled. I don't know. It's like this side, it's not really staying curled. I'm gonna try some flexi rods again tonight and see if that works. But I don't know. This side isn't really curling as well as I would want. But anyway, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Anyway, so let's go over it. Let's discuss it. I even, of course, have a Mayo Clinic article for us to look at as we're going through this. Okay, so I'm going to share it on my screen. Let me get to it. Present. Okay. All right, so y'all have something to look at too, okay? And I'll just let you start here. All right. What is this? Get off that. I don't like too many tabs open, you know what I'm saying? I don't want all them tabs open. All right, let's see if I can. Can I do a side by side? Oh, damn. I don't have my drink. I need my Dr. Pepper. Let me go get it. Okay. What happened? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back because I don't want to be hacking up the whole time. Okay. And I got water. Mr. Carter is going crazy with this sock. All right. Good. All right. So, seasonal affective disorder is symptoms of depression that seem to worsen during the winter months, usually beginning in November and lifting somewhere around end of February or March. Okay. So there's a lot of things that you might be feeling. You may be noticing a change in your sleep patterns. That's the first thing that clients usually report noticing. A change in their energy level. You may notice being more irritable than what you're used to being. Your appetite. I know for me, my appetite has gone way down. Like I have to pretty much force myself to eat. Very, very hard to get up in the morning, no matter how early you go to sleep. Even sometimes if you're already on an antidepressant, you're like, ugh, it seems like it's just not quite hitting the spot like before. It feels a little, because I'm like, if I have a psychiatrist appointment this month, what will I say? I'll say, I just feel good, like my eating, sleeping, energy level. Yes, of course, because I'm in therapy and I am a therapist, I know, what to do to cope through it. But if you aren't in therapy or you're not a therapist, it could be a lot more difficult for you than it is for me, because you may not know where to turn, what's wrong, and how to get help and relief from it. So yeah, I want to let you know, have no fear. I've heard sometimes that times a person can experience physical pain from depression and grief. Yep. I feel it's worse in the winter. Yes, it's hard to get up. Yep. Don't feel like you're lazy. Don't feel like you're a bum. Those aren't the things. You're probably dealing with sad or the seasonal saddies is what we call them, okay? Now, one of the psychiatrists I work with told one of the clients that I work with that, oh, well, you're probably not experiencing seasonal affective disorder if you're depressed all year round. Ooh, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. You can definitely feel worsening depressive symptoms. As somebody who not only has depression and somebody who treats depression, okay, I would be remiss to say that, oh, this is probably not what you're going through if you have depression other times of year. No, it can definitely worsen, okay? It may be hard also during other times of the year, but it may not be as hard as it is for you, November through March, okay? So they say, it's depression associated with autumn and winter caused by, we believe the causes can be a lack of light being associated with vitamin D being associated with helping with symptoms of depression. So there's not quite as much sunlight. If you're somebody that has to go to work early and get off late, you might be going to work when it's dark, getting off when it's dark. Not enough natural sunlight for you to engage. So you might start noticing feeling more worsening symptoms. Depression in general can affect your sex drive. It sure can. Lots of interest or pleasure in doing things. There you go. Now if sex is already not pleasurable for you, anyway, then it could possibly be something else. But if you notice, like when you feel more depressed and your libido has gone down, then yes, that is not unrealistic to associate that with depressed symptoms, because you're just not really feeling like, let's be for real, intimacy takes energy, and if you don't have it, you're not going to do it, okay? Period. Great question. I love that question. And it occurs the same time each year. There's a lot of my clients that we start talking about winter like in August, so they can get ready and they don't have to dread it and suffer in silence until they start experiencing the symptoms. We just go on ahead and start putting a regimen in place that they can just start doing and continue doing even when they start to notice symptoms. Now it affects a lot of folks. This is why it affects somewhere around 3 million people, okay? Each year it affects. So don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like 3 million people is a lot of people, okay? That's a lot, okay? So and it usually resolves within months, a lot of times on its own, when the days start to lengthen. So maybe somewhere around after we spring forward, okay, with daylight savings. So, but what you're going to do in the meantime, in between time though, right? Nobody's wanting to suffer through the winter with these very heavy symptoms. I say heavy because you feel like it's like a wet blanket on you, and you're just, I don't have no energy. My sleep is messed up. I don't want to eat. I'm irritable. You just feel yucky, who wants to just deal with that in hopes that, it'll resolve in 4 months? Because guess what? A good portion of the year is fall and winter, just like a good portion of the year. The other half is spring and summer, okay? So who wants to go through half the year feeling like crap? Nobody. It is treatable, okay? Definitely something a lot of my clients have had to increase their therapy visits during this time of the year, just because they know they're going to need more. So like maybe if I had somebody that comes bi-weekly. They might increase to weekly or twice a week, just depending on the severity, because it still is varying severities and different symptoms for different people. And people's ability to manage those symptoms also does vary. So based on your individual needs, definitely there could possibly be an increase in your therapy, definitely an increase in your self-care, and maybe in some instances an increase in your SSRI or the introduction of adaptogens. Now, adaptogens basically is a fancy way to say supplements, okay? Like St. John's worts or ashwagandha. However, I would not recommend you starting those without talking to your primary care physician first or your psychiatrist, because you can't do St. John's worts in conjunction with another SSRI. You can't do it in conjunction with birth control, and you just need to make sure that it doesn't affect any other medications you could be taking. So there are adaptogens, more naturopathic ways of easing your, the mental, I'll say, part of it. But please talk to your doctor first to make sure it doesn't interfere with anything that you're already taking. Okay, they know your medical history better than I do. And so that's why they need to be like, oh yeah, you could give that a try, Okay. So not only is it associated with the change in light, but just the general change in circadian rhythm. Like I told you, a lot of my clients notice their sleep patterns changing. And I'm like, oh, yep, it's starting. So they notice a change in their overall circadian rhythm that causes them difficulties maintaining the energy levels that they might have at other times of the year. I thought somebody asked another question. Y'all got any questions over here to talk? Y'all don't got one? Okay. What about y'all? Instagram, y'all good? Okay, cool. Just making sure I'm not missing y'all's questions. Okay. Your mood it could be anxiety. You could become more apathetic than what you're used to. Disoriented, feeling lonely, just having feelings of general loneliness, loss of interest or pleasure in doing things, mood swings, sadness, excessive sleeping or insomnia, that's still sleep deprivation, insomnia, or excessive sleep, appetite changes, fatigue, irritability, social isolation. So me, like in January, I have 2 outings with friends planned, and just, kind of taking it a little easy in January for myself, but still allowing enough time for my clients. I have my regular therapy sessions planned, but I also know, like, I will sit in my house like a hermit if I don't get out. So I have 2 things planned. I'll be going to New Orleans this weekend. And then I think I have something planned in February, which should take me through. And I should start feeling better, because I know what my own seasonal affective disorder presents like. And I'll start feeling better around March. But these next couple months, I'm like, so I have to kind of, force myself to do things. But you shouldn't have to just only force yourself, okay? You should have support and coping in place like I do, so you can, get through it easier, because it's really not so much alleviating it as it is coping with it, okay? It's the coping portion that we want to be sure of that you're able to do, rather than total alleviation or eradication of symptoms. While that's nice, it's not necessarily the expectation, okay? Because we don't know if that's realistic for you, okay? You might notice that you're having a lack of concentration. You may notice weight gain. Me, I'm like, yay, I don't want to eat, so I'm losing weight, but you still don't want to lose weight in an unhealthy way. So you still want to be sure you have your supplements. I have had 2 daily. Mr. Carter, y'all, why is y'all nephew acting like this? Why do you have this? No. He literally, I just washed that throw. He done drug the throw that I just washed off the couch and is chewing on the fringes. No, sir. No. You got socks. I just cleaned that. Now, I have to keep my house clean. That's something I got to do. I realize everybody doesn't have the energy to do that, though. So that would be a good thing to discuss with your individual therapist as to, does it bother you more if your house is cluttered? I've been doing one room at a time, but I started that habit months ago, okay, because I was preparing. So if you hadn't already started that habit, it may be unrealistic for us to expect you with no energy, lack of sleep, and irritability, and just lack of getting your nutrients, sleep, things like that due to the worsening symptoms. It may be unrealistic for us to start you off at trying to clean one room a day. Okay, that might not work for you. Okay, might have to start somewhere else for you. Okay, and that's all right. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Stop, Mr. Carter. Your energy's low. The ages that it's most common with, not saying these are the only ages you can notice it with, but the most common ages that people experience seasonal affective disorder is between 18 and 30. But I know people that are way older than that, okay, that experience the symptoms, or, definitely older than 30 or in their late 30s or, 40s, 50s, that still experience it. But it's most common in those age groups. So Gen Z and millennial age group for this time, for where we're at now in our reality. If you live farther from the equator, that could put you at a higher risk. For women now, because depression in women already is more, the cases are more abundant than with men. So women specifically, the ages that we'll see it is between the ages of 18 and 45. Okay. With a history of depression. So that I'm making it up. That's what I'm saying. Psychiatrists, y'all, they do not have therapeutic training. They have medical training. They are not trained traditionally in therapeutic work. They do their residency under another psychiatrist who probably also is not doing therapy. So they need to stick with the medicine, and we stick with the therapy unless they do both. All right. There are some psychiatrists that are both therapists and psychiatrists. Not many. There's not a whole lot, but there are some. I have met them. So they do exist. Let's see. Y'all got any questions so far? Any questions? We still doing good? Ooh, it's the Pocket USA. I remember him. I remember you, Pocket USA. He created that like little, it's like a holder that people can put their license and registration in, like if they get pulled over, and they can just simply stick it on the outside of their window so they don't have to deal with the fear of police brutality. They'll have their license and registration already out there. And if a cop comes up, license and registration, you can point, there it is. They can pull it out. They can put it back. You can get it back, and you don't have to worry about them doing what police do to Black and brown people sometimes. Okay? All right. So it's a really cool device. So if you're interested in that, go to the Pocket USA on Instagram, and he'll get you hooked up with those. They're, fairly inexpensive. I think you can get a few in a pack. So if you want to get a family pack for one for you, your kids, it would be very good. And so they can just not even have to, there's no excuse for a police to just be unloading a clip through your window if you have your license and registration, your hands are on the wheel, or wherever your hands on the wheel appropriately. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. If you have the Pocket USA and they're unloading a clip through your window, it's going to be a little hard for them to say you was trying to do anything, especially if your engine's off. Yeah, if your engine's off, your hands are on the wheel and your license and registration. Don't get me started on police brutality. That's something else we're going to need to talk about more. You're going to be craving carbs more, okay? I just talked to a client. It's like, you could make baby steps with it improving your diet, but people that try to improve their diet in January and you're dealing with seasonal affective disorder, you might be setting yourself up for failure. We may need to push that off and maybe start more healthy habits, such as, let's start you off again, glass of water. How does that feel? Maybe let's get you to eating, or let's if you feel like you do snack a lot, let's maybe get you some healthier snack options like popcorn or something like that. Let's get some healthier options that are still comforting, but they're not necessarily heavy in carbs. But if you're eating less, you may need some more dense carb foods because you may not be eating often. So again, this is very individualized, and it's something that you definitely want to discuss with your therapist and or a healthcare professional. Sometimes people have this sense of wishing they could sleep all winter. Okay. So if you have this sense of feeling like you just want to hibernate, nothing's, don't feel like you're abnormal, it's probably due to symptoms of SAD, seasonal affective disorder. Please share this live, guys. If you haven't already, please share this live. You're okay. You're okay, brother. I'm all right. Okay. I'm okay. Please share this live because someone on your timeline is most definitely dealing with this, and maybe without your help, they may not have known what to do. So if you could, please share this at least twice if you want to share it on your timeline. And then if you want to click the more options and maybe shoot it in a text to someone, or shoot it or send the link to them in a DM. If you're in the community and you got the link, you could just simply copy and paste that link to somebody in their messages or their DMs, because someone else most definitely needs it. Okay? Right, Mr. Cordelia? Beryl. All right. So, okay. Light therapy is really good. I have a lot of my clients who are engaged in light therapy. They have gotten themselves what they may call them on Amazon happy lamps, and we have a regimented schedule for their exposure to artificial light. Okay, if they're not able to get natural light, but definitely if you're able to get natural light, we may start with you and you're at home. Like if you are able to work from home, like opening all your windows and blinds, or at least having you go outside for a specific amount of time, and just kind of, again, it's individualized. We'll have to assess where you are and what would be most beneficial for you in the way of light therapy. We discussed supplements, counseling. And those supplements can even include getting something that gives you your daily dose of fruits and vegetables, okay? Because a lot of your serotonin is housed in your gut. So if we can get some regulation of serotonin done with supplements, as opposed to, you having to figure out, trying to, oh, what vegetable do I want, what fruit do I want, like that, then we can do that. I take 2. I have the Power Green. I'll show it to y'all. Let me show it to y'all so y'all can get a view. So we got the Power Green. Where is the... So this is what I'm doing right now. You can do whatever you want, but this is your daily dose. There's a little scoop in here. I put, fill up some water, put the scoop in there. It doesn't taste bad. It's not chalky. I'm not like selling for them or anything. This is really more for your own gut health that will facilitate mental health. But it's got your essential daily nutrients in it, and then on top of that, I also take 2 of these a day. I understand that taking something may be hard for a lot of people, but if you already take a medicine and you feel okay to add a supplement of your daily regimen of fruits and vegetables, you can have that too. Those really help to keep your serotonin production regulated, okay, in your gut. What kind of questions do y'all have? Hey Malika, how's it going? All right, let me go through this article with y'all. Or make sure I didn't miss anything. This is a lot of what we discussed. Yeah, so right here where it says take steps to keep your mood and motivation steady throughout the year, that's where therapy comes in. So like I told y'all, a lot of my clients, myself and my clients, we started working on it months ago. Okay, so like now it's like, it still feels sucky, but it's not unbearable. Like I'm still able to clean my house, I'm still able to work, I'm still able to get work tasks done. I just don't feel as great as I felt, but I'm still functional. Whereas if I hadn't have prepared, functionality could even be hard. So it's something they say you definitely don't want to brush it off. If you know that this is something that you deal with, you definitely want to get with a therapist to help you build a regimen around the year. So when it does come up, it's not just slapping you all in the face. We already talked about that. Signs of it, we talked about that, but let's just relist them. Feeling listless, sad, or down most of the day, nearly every day, losing interest in activities you once enjoyed, having low energy and feeling sluggish, having problems with sleeping too much, experiencing carb cravings, overeating and weight gain, having difficulty. We already talked about all these. I'm just making sure with this we didn't miss anything. People who have bipolar disorder are at increased risk of seasonal affective disorder. In some people with bipolar disorder, episodes of mania may be linked to specific seasons. For example, spring and summer can bring on symptoms of mania or less intense form of mania, hypomania, which we'll talk more about bipolar disorder because some of y'all are using it wrong and too loosely. So we'll talk about that again this month for Mental Awareness Month. That's why I just started off with sad, because we're in the height of sad. And so I was like, let's start here. And then we have some other topics, but I wanted to hit the most common things most people can relate to this month. It's normal to have some days when you feel down, but if you feel down for days at a time and can't get motivated to do any activities you normally enjoy, see your healthcare provider or therapist. If you don't have a therapist yet, you could start with your primary care, or you could I'll give you our information. And if you're in one of the 5 states that we service, you can just give us a text and we'll set you up. We have seen a major onslaught of clients in the past couple of weeks. So we got you. Don't worry, I got the manpower, and the interns are coming back too. On Monday. I meet with them tomorrow. We don't really know necessarily the exact causes. Do you need to go outside? Oh my God, y'all. This is practice. This is great practice. Those of you that got children, no, you can't sometimes you gotta get up in the middle of what you're doing. So this great practice. If you're trying to do kids, maybe get a pet first, maybe get a plant first. That works out. Get a pet. That works out. Maybe you can, step it on up. But anyways, getting back to it. So some of the causes, like I said earlier, serotonin levels, a drop in serotonin, a brain chemical, but also located in the gut, that affects mood, might play a role in sad. Melatonin level changes. We do have natural production of melatonin, but, of course, there's melatonin supplements. But our natural production of melatonin may be interrupted. Again, your biological or circadian rhythm gets out of whack. Family history. So if you are at an increased risk, we talked about women who have a history of depression between the ages of 18 and 45, but also a family history, having major depression or bipolar disorder, living far from the equator, low vitamin D, we already said it. Here are the complications that come with it: social withdrawal, school or work problems, substance abuse, other mental health disorders such as anxiety or eating disorders. I've seen that with several of my clients this week. Suicidal ideation, which is also something I've seen with a lot of my clients this week. And so the best way to prevent it is to prevent it, because there's not a known one preventative measure, but the best way is to keep it maintained throughout the year, so that when it's time for it to worsen, you have things in your back pocket that you already have. Oh yes, weighted blankets are great. They even have weighted heated blankets. Those are great. Sandra said, I would suggest a weighted blanket. I get the best sleep when using. Yep. Weighted blankets are great. I don't have one because I be getting kind of hot because I have the heat on because it be getting cold. Thank you. Y'all, if anybody has any recommendations on how I could keep this side, because look, this side ain't as curly as this side. And that's annoying me. If you're a hairdresser out there, I can always ask my braider how to do it. But if y'all got any suggestions at home, let me know. But anyway, yes, a weighted blanket, maybe getting you some chamomile teas, just a bunch of little things. With seasonal affective disorder, it's not going to be just any one thing. You definitely we want to get you to the level of being able to increase movement. I do understand that movement can be hard if you are low energy. So that's why we would have to build your endurance and start somewhere. It may be doing bed exercises, and we may start there. with something small and build up. Movement, sunlight, therapy. I even have a carousel on my Instagram of different tips. But I called Blue Cross Blue Shield the other day for myself, and they got, oh, wow, exercise decreases depressive symptoms by 60%. And while that's great, but I'll tell you, as somebody who was consistently eating right and exercising daily, like sometimes twice a day, and eating healthy, a very clean diet, I still had a major depressive episode. So yes, okay, there are 60% it may work for, but 40% is a lot of people that need more than just exercise. I definitely say exercise is good. We do want to incorporate movement. We want that. But don't feel discouraged if you're exercising and you still feel depressed. You might be in the 40% with me. Because I'm definitely the 40% that, and it was really without medication. It wasn't without therapy. It was saying that 60% of people can overcome their symptoms of depression by incorporating exercise into their daily lifestyle. But 40% of people don't. Like, that's just not enough. They still have to either take medicine or other treatment measures, such as therapy. And I'm sure a good majority of those 60% people still have to do therapy too. So I hate that they just kind of put those facts out there, because then people that don't know, they're going to think, why am I exercising and I still feel depressed? It's not working. Something's really wrong with me. When it's just that sometimes exercise in and of itself is just not enough. Or eating right and exercise in and of their self just is not enough. And right now, especially with my dad, well, you know what? Let's not make the goal for you to shake it, Malika. Let's see if we can change the goal to cope with it. Now, that's as far as I could take you. The individual therapist will need to give you what that looks like more specifically. But I'm telling you generally, maybe don't put the stress on yourself to shake it, but just to cope through it and give yourself a lot of grace, okay? Like I said last week, people have to increase their self-care and baby their self a lot more during this time, whether you have something going on or not, So don't feel bad that you can't shake it or quote unquote get over it. Yeah, consistency is the roughest part for a lot of people. And so that's why, regular appointments with your therapist are crucial with all treatment, but definitely as it relates to this conversation. I got a lot going on with my eyes. I got lashes, contacts. All right. Sad season for me causes me to overthink, especially at night, which makes me not rest well. Sleepy time tea does help at times, but mainly I find myself just taking that time while I'm awake to talk with God. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You're never gonna see me tell me to hear me downing spiritual practices. So yes, that's fine, but we still may want to talk to your therapist or healthcare provider about that, because sleep deprivation for too long can cause other symptoms that may not be comfortable. Sometimes psychosis, So we definitely also do want to make sure you guys are not just white knuckling it through. You don't have to do that. This is an actual thing that people deal with, an actual medical thing that people deal with. So don't feel like you just have to kind of tough through it. No, you don't have to do that. Definitely bring in your care team, make an appointment with your PCP if you don't have one. A lot of people do because it's the beginning of the year and they may need referral renewals and things like that. But also too, you can give us a call if we're in the state that you service. And if we're not, definitely therapy for Black girls is a good resource as well to find a provider in your area. But the whole thing is, don't feel like you don't be hard on yourself about it, okay? Because this is not necessarily anything you can help feeling. I'm telling you, myself, as somebody who prepared for it, someone who's on medication for it, somebody, who has a therapist, I'm still feeling like, I don't know. It's more internal. You can't really see it externally with me. But I'm still kind of feeling crummy, okay? Not the best. So don't feel like you have to just struggle through it. Don't give up with meds. Discuss with MD until they find what works for you. I've changed meds over time. Yes. And there are some other things you can do. Like for me personally, my mother dealt with depression, and as soon as she changed to Lexapro and said, oh yeah, I'm on 10 milligrams of Lexapro and it works great, I made an appointment I was on Zoloft, made an appointment with my psychiatrist and said, yeah, it works for my mom who's very severely depressed. I need to get on it. And so that is what I am on now. I am on Lexapro, and it does work really well for me because I have a similar biological makeup to my mom. Okay, so those are things to look at. If you have a family member, I always ask clients that, do you have a family member who has similar experiences with as far as we're discussing depression? What do they take? Has it worked for them? And that has helped a lot of my clients, just trying out what biologically may fit them better. Also, I've had some clients that have asked their doctors for genetic testing to see what medications might work best for them if they don't want to go through all of that. But again, even with that, you would want also support and guidance from your therapist too, to help you really get a well-rounded assessment of that. But yes, medication can work wonders, especially if you need it. Okay, you will never get me telling you, oh, no. I mean, definitely, if we can wean you off of your medication, if we can get you to the lowest dose possible of your medication, or if we can use it for a short period of time, those are still options. Just because you get on medication doesn't mean you have to stay on medication. There are other ways it could, be just, I'm so tired of changing. The one thing that worked for me, I just don't want to be dependent on it. Okay, so a lot of times with SSRIs, you're not going to develop, do you mean chemical dependency? That's not going to necessarily happen with SSRIs. They're just not that drug class that'll develop chemical. But if you're talking about, I don't want to have to take that in order to feel well, that's a conversation to have with your therapist. Okay, so that they can talk with you about a plan to, wean you off. Like you're on it, but you're on it with the goal to be weaned off with your therapist and psychiatrist. So if it works for you and it was prescribed to you, you may want to at least start with taking it and discuss with them a plan on how to wean you off eventually. Okay. But a lot of times people think, dependent on it. But feeling better is the goal. Okay. Feeling better is the goal. And then staying better is going to come more with therapy. Okay. Oh, Xanax. Okay. That makes a difference. Okay. Totally different. I get you now. But Xanax for depression? Xanax is overly used and misused a lot of times, okay? Xanax is designed to be taken short term and only for like immediate, like acute episodes. And sometimes people doctors prescribe it overly. And I'm not just talking about the opioid epidemic or anything like that. I'm talking about like really what it was designed to do. Really what it was designed to do was just to help with acute episodes and, every now and again. Your SSRI is what's going to maintain you day to day. Oh, well, see, okay, yeah, okay, well, now I get it. If you were talking about an SSRI, but yeah, no, yeah. So Xanax is, yeah, I got you. That's valid. um, Yeah, see, feel yeah, okay, that's valid. Feeling like you couldn't function without it. Yeah. So a SSRI may be something you want to look at with your therapist and your health your psychiatrist. Something that will maintain you throughout the day, year, month, week, and not, and Xanax, because that's just not how it was designed to be taken. Praying brought me through it a lot. I've had to tell God that what he said, and told him that I'm looking for only him to fix it. Then with expectancy, wait for him to move, answering your prayers. Let me tell you something. That's great. I agree with that. But what are we as agents, conduits, people? We're the hands and feet of Jesus. So if you pray and you end up having an encounter with a good therapist, it's probably God answering your prayer, because I know that my purpose is a God-given purpose. Like, I am a therapist because God told me to be one. He literally told me that was like my purpose on this earth is to help people who are hurting, literally. That's what, so like, I might be a lot of people's answered prayers, not me as a person, but what I have to offer, me as a person too. I think I'm an okay person, but what I have to offer, that's why I take what I do very seriously, because people's lives depend on it. Really, it does. So, acknowledge, I'm glad. Jesus in therapy is a double stick of my dynamite. You can't have God in the Bible. In therapy. You can have the Bible in therapy. You can have Jesus in therapy. They got all those shirts. I love them. Medical assistance is needed in some cases. Yes, but also remember, doctors, therapists, nurses, we are the hands and feet of Jesus, okay? It's like when that man was, y'all seen that illustration of that man drowning. He keeps praying for God to bring him like relief. So a boat comes by and asks the man, does he want to get in it? He's like, no, I'm waiting for God to show up. He keeps praying. Another boat comes by, and then he's waiting for God to show up. And he said, never mind, I'm waiting for God to show up. Thanks anyway. Then I guess he drowned. He gets to heaven and asked God, why didn't you help me? And God said, I sent 2 boats. So you got to look at the humans in front of you that are the hands and feet. Wow, a miracle would be great. And for the heavens to open and God to drop down and zap us and we're all better, that would be great. Oftentimes he uses people in order to help us as answered prayers. So yes, you definitely do. You definitely do have to still do your part, Sandra. I agree. You do. So like if you pray for God to do something and then you sit in the house, don't make any steps, and you just expect for your ceiling to open and God to come down, it's probably not going to happen that way. Or somebody to just show up on your front step, probably not. But if you pray for it and then you go and engage God in that journey with the options, then of course he will give you the wisdom to know where to look, It will come either by way of a person, maybe you stumble on it, maybe a biblical reference, but he will answer. I know a lot of people don't believe in God, so I'm not pushing this on you. If you don't believe in God, this is not for you. I'm not, not going to push that on you. I'm just talking specifically to the people that do believe in God, okay? I understand and have no problems with people that don't believe in God, because I understand why. There's a lot of church trauma, religious trauma, and we'll probably talk about that again sometime too this year, because that's a very big issue that a lot of people experience. Oh, okay, y'all are having a conversation. Yes, I love when y'all talk to each other. But yes, combine it: prayer, scripture, therapy, and medication if you need it. Combine them. Hello, Toya. How you doing? So, yeah. Any other questions that y'all have? Hello. Looking over here. No questions? No questions? Let's see. The hardest for me was getting the understanding of what is happening to me and how to fix it. I'm still trying to fix it. Hey, and the good thing about it is you don't have to fix it by yourself, okay? You go to the people that help you, and then do your part to carry out the steps that your care team gives you. If they're like, hey, I need you to take this medicine once a day, hey, I need you to schedule weekly therapy, hey, I need you to do this, just focus on doing those things and they'll help you fix it, because this is not your fault. If people could simply just choose not to be depressed or just will themselves out of it, I'm sure more people would. We're talking about seasonal affective disorder, Toya, because it's worsening in this month for a lot of people. But if you miss it, it's okay. You can watch the replay once it's over. You can go back and watch the beginning. We talked about it in October, but I talked about it again since we're kind of in the height of seasonal affective disorder, and so I wanted to remind people of what they could be experiencing isn't abnormal. Okay, start being hard on themselves. You guys, I love the engagement. Y'all did great. I'm gonna have some guests on. A couple of my other therapists to come on and talk to y'all. We're gonna have men and emotional health. I'm gonna have the Jason come on and talk about that. Dana's gonna talk to us about some ADHD and other neurodivergent stuff, and then I'm gonna pick another diagnosis, either narcissistic personality disorder or borderline or bipolar disorder, the two most overly used terms, and really do some more education on those. Y'all feeling okay? And then you can, of course, if you need us, text the word new to the below number down there. And so, or if you need to give that number to a friend or a family member who needs us, then it's right there. And I'll be quiet so y'all can take a screenshot. So you can take a screenshot and maybe text it to them if you need to. Or if you see somebody on Facebook, a lot of Facebook posts about people looking for a therapist, you could simply just copy and paste the image there. And they can just text the word new. And you have done your part to help somebody achieve mental wellness. FYI, y'all, sent up a prayer for my dad. They told us he has an aggressive form of leukemia. We are hoping this chemo will work. Yes, definitely. All of you that engage in prayer, if you don't mind offering up a prayer for Malika's dad, who is in the hospital dealing with leukemia. Yes, please. And we know leukemia can be very, very difficult. So yes, sending prayers and love. Thank y'all. See, I love the community that Yellow Bird is. Like, y'all talk to each other and y'all, provide support, and definitely utilize us if you need us therapeutically. We're here. I know this might be off topic. I hate people that brag about being mental ill like it's a badge of honor. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And that may be a part of their mental illness. It could be a symptom of or how their particular mental illness presents. It could that behavior of being braggy about it could be a symptom of what they're. I mean, because who like who's like I got depression. Like depression's rough. I'm telling y'all about my depression and my sad to normalize it. But there are definitely people out there that are like, yeah, I'm this and I'm that. I'm like, why? Why are you happy about that? And that in and of itself is something for their therapist to look into. Why do you wear it like a badge of honor? Like, why are you taking such, and there could be varying reasons of that. There could be varying reasons. But yes, people do tend to utilize it as a crutch. And when I say utilize it as a crutch, instead of really doing much about it, they'd rather just say that's why they can't do anything instead of trying to do anything about it and then bragging about it like, I don't know, off topic, but you might, but you might be jazzy today. Honey, I told y'all about this bust down. Why y'all act like I did not tell y'all last week I'll get this bust down installed? You know what I'm saying? She do her thing. This is Mariah, by the way. Yes, I told y'all I was getting this bust down last week. Hey, Joseph. Wait a minute. Thank you. Y'all know I try again with me. I had to help make, do little things to help yourself feel better. And the buzz down help. Okay, so TikTok, Malika, TikTok, Google lace fronts. They got wear and go. I got me 2 of them. 2 wear and goes. These are the installs. I think this is the ear to ear. That whole situation. Thank you, Toya. I appreciate that. But all the wigs, TikTok put me on my wig game, and all the wigs I got are great quality. They don't shed or whatever the other weird stuff. I don't have no problems with it. And I had my braider. She had washed me up real good, braided me down, and glopped that blue magic on there. I'm like, glop that blue magic on there so my head don't itch. So I got y'all. I got the hookup if you want to put a wig install, honey. My braider be braiding and installing wigs. But yeah, TikTok, be careful, Malika, because you will end up spending your whole check. But sometimes, let me tell you, with these wigs, lashes come with them. Period. Sometimes these lashes didn't come with this wig. I do magnetic lashes. I just do the little magnetic liner and stick them on there. Much easier. Yep. They come with a lot of stuff. They come with the band to keep your meltdown. Period. They come with a band. They come with a bag. Mine came with I had ordered 4 wigs at a time because it was on sale. So I got 4 wigs for the price of 1. But they had the sleep cap in it. Sometimes they got the rat tail comb. They have little gifts and things in there, like little hair clips and stuff that come with the wig. So I would take a look at Curly Me. You can also get those wigs on Amazon. Curly Me. Any of the wigs that you see on TikTok, you can also find them on Amazon if you need them quicker. But look it up. You're gonna be like, oh, wig life. Happy New Year. Oh yeah, but it's wig life for me all through the winter. Bust down, baby. Period. So yeah, but get you a nice little busty on. And they're very reasonably priced too. You know? Very reasonable. Yes, I got a curly meat glueless too. I got two curly meat glueless. Yes, that pre-plucked, pre-cut, honey. Well, you throw that thing on there. That's it. You just and maybe do a little, whatever. Love it. That black one I had on, that curly one y'all saw me with, where I had it kind of twisted. That was a wear and go. I love the glueless wear and goes. I'm just getting into the installs because I love them. I love this one. Yes, but you know what? If you remove the glue correctly, look at us. Y'all come over to my TikTok. These folks do not want to hear us talking about wigs. Y'all come over to my TikTok page so we can continue this discussion about wigs. Okay? Because you will get me talking about wigs. Do a vision board party. You know what? It was a couple. Did Lady Wu do one? And I think TC Counseling may have did one vision boards. I'm not super into vision boards. I know a lot of people are though. But if you feel like, hey, it may be beneficial for you to do a vision board in a therapy session with your therapist, maybe a good idea. Or if you have some friends to get together for vision board, because you can still do it. I know a lot of people love vision boards. Me, I just don't really like the craft part of it, cutting stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm more of a like to decorate things than create things. It is hard for me when you're feeling down. Yeah. I think it would be and try to support one another. It's definitely made a difference for me here. Okay. Well, if you're saying you would like it, let me talk because we have been talking about that. We, tried to do a few things. Made a digital one this year on Canva. Yeah, the digital ones I've seen people do are really good. Yeah, and it's on your background. That's great to do a digital vision board. Yeah, vision boards, like I don't have nothing against them. It's just me. It's me. It's a me thing. It's not a vision board thing. Yeah, see, wigs. Okay, thank you, Alicia, for bringing it back to mental health. Wigs have been a lifesaver for me because I wasn't doing my hair as much because of my severe depression and anxiety. My self-care took a big hit with having no energy, and I have a ton of hair. My mom. Oh, that's your mom. Hey. My mom, Sandra Kuhn, can confirm. I still try to look presentable. Yes. See, that's a great, for those of you, that was a great tip. Get you a wear and go wig, okay? Get you a glueless little, little cute, situation and throw that thing on. And then when you throw it off, you could just brush it, have somebody braid it down. I've gotten mine rebraided every 2 installs, but I have this little bottle of glue remover. So when I take this off, I can just put the little glue, and you can use dish soap too. But if you want to use something specifically for hair, they got hair glue, and the glue just rolls out, so you don't have to worry about your edges or your hair coming out. The glue just simply, like, the more you massage, and I do it with the braids in to keep it from tangling, and the glue just lifts out, and you just gotta, wash it out. But the glue comes out real easy. It didn't take none of my hair out. So, okay, Sandra and Alicia, y'all get together. Oh, wow. Not you. Okay. Y'all get together, get on TikTok. You and your mom do a wig search journey, or y'all get on Amazon, look through some wigs together. Help your mom find a bust down that works for her. Okay. She's try to see what kind of look she's trying to get. We can all meet too. Oh yeah, I know of a lot of venues. What, but what of the he said I've been on too long. They got me talking about wigs, and you know how I get, how your mama get about her wigs. He's like, Mama, play with me, Mama. Hey, stop doing that. If you want me to pick you up, stop doing that. Despite the depression, I may feel I still want to look good. Yeah, because honey, my hair would definitely be all over my head if I had my natural hair out. Yes. One that makes you look thin. Alicia, you better get your mama hooked up with a bob that can slim her face down. I think she, have her do a little side swoop to do. A little swoop to do to the side, a little swoop to. Baby, she might kill that swoop to. That's what TC does. She has a big event center. That's okay. If her hair thick, she can get it braided down, okay, and throw that little wear and go swoop to do on. You know what? Yeah. Okay. What do you mean? Go where else? Toya. You talking about for the you talking about for for a vision board, or you going to bed? Good night. Oh, what breed is he? Oh, he's like 6 different dogs. Primarily he's Chihuahua and Terrier, but he's like 6 different small dogs. Try to get your look at some. Oh yeah, a meet and greet. Okay, yeah, a meet and greet. Yeah, if y'all now, because any other time I've been trying to put these events out for y'all, when I was really big into groups, people wasn't trying to really come, even when it was virtual. But we'll see. We're gonna see what we can do to get people, to actually, to come. Because the interns are going to be coming back, and they're going to be doing groups. Oh, man, now the screen's too big. I can't make it small. Oh, no, guys. I don't know what to do. Hold on. Zoom. Can I zoom out? Okay, there. Okay, there. All right, cool. Oh, no. What'd I do? All right. I had made it too big because I'm blind. I can't see. Like literally, I'm not even just being ableist. Like I really do have eye condition issues that affect my vision very severely. Like I can just barely drive. What in the world? Why is it so big on the screen? I can't see what's going on. All right. I'm trying to zoom out. Can I just click exit? What happens if I click exit? Come on now. What? Hold on. It is super big. The screen is so big. Because if you enlarge it, now I can't make it small. Okay. Man, hold on. Maybe if I... Hold on, y'all. I don't know how to... How do you get out of it? I don't even know. wonder if I can. What is it? Oh, that made it even bigger. I see my face all big. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So yeah. If y'all want to talk to me more on TikTok, you can. It's that_therapist1 on TikTok, and I'll be over there. I'm probably gonna sign out of here. I hope this was very helpful to you. And your bust down. Your bust down, wig needs. Y'all have a good evening. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to. Hold on. Let me see. If I go out, can I go out and come back in? Changes you make may not be saved. Okay. I don't know what to do. I might have to. Let's see. Let me see. Sign. I have fixed it. Okay, cool. Fixed. Man. Thank you. Y'all enjoy y'all's weekend too. Okay. Y'all have a good evening and we will talk next week.